Okay guys, we'll go to the next section, which is scalar product of two vectors. The dot product or scalar product of two vectors is a way to multiply two vectors resulting in a scalar or a real numbers. It is defined as the sum of products of their corresponding components, given that A equals to xi, yj, and zk, and also we have B equals to pi plus qj plus rk. To multiply them, we can use these rules, which is A times B equals to x times p, which is the component of I, multiplied like this, and then plus y times q, the component of j, and then plus with the component of k. So you only have to multiply the coefficient of each component, literally, yeah. And then we go to the example 1. For example 1, we have two vectors, which is A equals to 2, 3, 4, and then B equals to 5, 6, 0. And the question wants you to find the value of vector A times vector B. Sorry, maybe you should say dot, yeah, instead of multiplying. So we have 2, 3, and 4 times it with 5, 6, 0. In this multiplication, the matrix rule is not applied. Yeah, so you only have to multiply the I component, which is 10, plus the j component. The j component is 3 times 6, which is 18, and then plus the last one is 4 times 0, which is 0. So you'll have 28 as the result. So this is the value of vector A times vector B. Next, question B. The question wants you to multiply vector A times vector A. Is the same. You only have to write it down like this: 2, 3, and 4, and then you multiply it one by one. 2 times 2 equals to 4 plus, and then 3 times 3 equals to 9, and the last one is 4 times 4 equals to 16. So altogether you have 29. Okay, so this is the multiplication or dot product of two vectors. Okay, next, in geometric interpretation, dot product is defined as A dot B equals to the length of A times the length of B times cos alpha. This rules applies when you have two vectors like this. Let's say this one is vector B, and then we have another one. Let's say this one is vector A, and the two vectors form an angle of alpha. Yeah, so in geometric interpretation, the dot product usually used to find the angle of the two vectors. Okay. Example 1, given that two vectors A and B with length of 2 units and 4 units respectively, if the two vectors form an angle of 60 degree, then the result of A times B equals to. For this one, we cannot use the previous methods to find the dots because we don't know the component of vector A and vector B. We only have the length of vector A and also the length of vector B. That means we have to use the geometric formula. Yeah, so we write the formula first, and then we input the value. The length of A is 2, so you input it as 2, and then the length of B equals to 4, you input it as 4, and then the alpha, the angle is 60 degree. And then 8 times half, that means equals to 4. The value of vector A dot vector B equals to 4 in this example. Next, as I said before, the dot product can be also used to determine the angle of two vectors. Let's say we have vector A and vector B like this. Because we need the magnitude of A, that means we should find the magnitude of vector A first using the formula of x squared plus y squared plus z squared like this. So we will have square root of 9 as the result, and 3 in the simplified form. Next is the length of b. The b will be square root of 3 square plus negative 4 square plus 0 square. So you will have square root of 25 for this one, and the final result is 5. Then to find the angle, you only have to use the formula a dot b equals to the magnitude of a times the magnitude of b times the cos alpha. For the a dot b, we will use the dot multiplication like the previous example. The length of a equals to 3, the length of b equals to 5, and then this one is cos alpha. Then we only have to multiply this, and that one. Okay, so the first is 3, next is negative 8, and the last one is 0, equals to 15 cos alpha. That means negative 5 equals to 15 cos alpha, and then cos alpha equals to negative 1/3. Okay, and then alpha equals to, wait a minute. When you use your calculator, it's around 70.5 for the basic angle. That means this negative sign shows us that the angle is obtuse. Obtuse means in the second quadrant, right? So the alpha should be 180 minus 70.5, and that also means the angle is 109.5 degree. So this is the angle formed by factor A and factor B in this question. Next, example 3. For example 3, given that the coordinate of point A, B, and C determine the measurement of angle ABC. So angle ABC will be like this, the B at the middle, and then this one is A, this one is C. As you can see, the angle is right there. We can call it alpha. That means the factors will be BA and also BC, and we have to find the factors first. So BA, using the formula of position factors, we have OA minus OB for the BA equals to 2, 3, and 4 minus the OB. OB is 5, negative 2, and 1. Then when you calculate it, you will have negative 3, 5, and 3 as the result of BA. Next, we are going to find BC. BC equals to OC minus OB. That means 3, 5, and 2 minus 5, negative 2, and 1 equals to negative 2, 7, and 1, like this. Next, of course, we have to find the length of BA because we will need it later in the formula. So it will be square root of negative 3 square plus 5 square plus 3 square. So we will have 9 plus 9 plus 25 equals to square root of 43 as the result. And next is the length of BC, of course. The length of BC will be square root of negative 2 square plus 7 square plus 1 square. So you have 4 plus 49 plus 1 square root of 54 as the result of the magnitude of BC. Next is to use the formula to find the angle. Question wants you to find the angle, right? The angle. So the formula will be factor of BA times factor of BC equals to the length of A times the length of BC times cos alpha. We'll just input the values, which is negative 3, 5, and 3 times with the BC, negative 2, 7, and 1 equals to length of BA is square root of 43, length of BC equals to square root of 54 times cos alpha, and then you multiply this one, this, and that one. We'll have 6 plus 35 plus 3 equals to square root of 43 times square root of 54. Wait a minute. it's around 48.2. Yeah, the numbers is not so good, so I think this one can be calculated using calculator. And then next is 6 plus 53, 6 plus 35 plus 3 equals to 44. And then you move the 48.2, it will be like this, equals to cos alpha, and then use your calculator, you will have the value of alpha, which is 24.1 degree. 24.1 degree. There you go. This is the measurement of angle ABC. Okay, next, the properties of dot product. First, if the result of A dot B equals to 0, that means the two factors are perpendicular. And then if the A dot B equals to the line of B times the line of A, that means the two factors are in the same direction. If the A times B equals to negative magnitude of A times magnitude of B, that means the two factors are in the opposite direction. Yeah, that is some properties of the dot product. Next is orthogonal projection. What is orthogonal projection? Let's say you have two factors right here. You have A and also B, and then I want to project the factor A to the factor B. To project it, you can illustrate it like this. Let's say you have a lamp right here, the light source right there, and then the light source will project the factor A to the B, and then you will have the image or the shadow of factor A. The shadow of factor A is called the orthogonal projection of factor A to B. Yeah, so the final result will be like this, and this one is the factor projection of A to B. That is the meaning of orthogonal projection. Orthogonal projection refers to the projection of factors onto another factors, where the projected factors is the closest factors to the original factor. That is the meaning of closest factors. Closest factors means the projection will form an angle of 90 degree. As we already know that if you have a distance of perpendicular, the perpendicular distance to another segment of line, that means the distance will be the shortest. Yeah. The magnitude of projection factors, the magnitude of factor projection or scalar orthogonal projection is like this. So this is the formula for the length of the image, yeah, or the shadow. And then the factor projection itself will be like this. Yeah. You have to pay attention to the order of the factors, which is if A is projected to B, that means the over have to be B, and this one also, and that one also. Yeah, so if I switch the projection, let's say B to A, that means for this formula it will become A dot B factor A dot factor B over the length of factor A. Yeah, so it will be switch also. Okay, next. Okay, let's take a look at example 1. Given that two factors A and B determine the factor projection from A to B and its magnitude. Yeah, so the projection will be from A to B, and we call this as a factor of P. The factor of P is A dot B over the magnitude of B squared times the factor of B. This is the formula of the factor projection. So we only have to input all of the information, which is 3, 4, and 1 for the A, and then the B is 4, 2, and 4. And then the magnitude of B will be square root of 4 square plus 2 square plus 4 square like this, and then you square it because the formula said so, and then multiply it again with the factor of p, which is 4, 2, and 4. Okay, and then you only have to calculate. First, you have to calculate the dot product like that. So 4 times 3 equals to 12, 4 times 2 equals to 8, and 4 times 1 equals to 4, over the bottom part will be 16 plus 16 is 32, 32 plus 4 equals to 36. Okay, times it with 4, 2, and 4. We only have to calculate it. Sorry, forget the ray on p because it's represent factors. Yeah, 24 over 36 times 4, 2, and 4. Simplify the 24 and 36 divided by 6 maybe, or yeah, 6, yeah, maybe 12 yeah, 2 over 3 times 4, 2, and 4. You can leave it like this, or if you want to multiply the factors, you can do it also. This one will be 8 over 3, 4 over 3, and 8 over 3 as the result. So this is the image of factor A when it is projected to factor B. Next is to find the magnitude. The magnitude of P can be found by using the result before, but in this case I want to use the formula. So the formula is A dot B over the magnitude of B. The A dot B is 3.1 times it with 4, 2, and 4 divided by the magnitude of B. We already calculated before, so I will copy the result. Square root of 36 equals to, this one is 12, this one is 8, and that one is 4. So you have 12 plus, we already calculated this also, over square root of 36 equals to 6. So this one will be 24 over 6 equals to 4 units. So the length of factor P, or the projection, will be 4 units. Okay, I think that's it for today, guys. And also we already finished the chapters. Be prepared for the test later, yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.